Oh, yeah.
Hello my gaming family and welcome to another video. I have one question for you guys. Would you prefer to play a game as a powerful vampire or as a badass vampire hunter? Would you rather wander at night through the streets of 21st century Seattle and climb on the vampire ladders of hierarchy, or to ride across Old West and kill every vampire on your way? Evil West is an upcoming first-person action shooter developed by Polish studio Flying Wild Hog. The first time we had a chance to see this game was on last year's Game Awards, and to be honest with you guys, this brutal horror Wild West demolisher looks awesome. And you know what else looks awesome? The fact that we finally reached those first 1000 subscribers, guys, and I want to thank you for all support so far. Next goal is 5k, so if you didn't already, then make sure you smash that subscribe button right now and help me reach that milestone as soon as possible. Also, like on this video would be super appreciated so it can reach more people. So, in this dark supernatural Wild West shooter, you will take a role of Jesse Rentier, one of the last remaining agents from a lineage of top secret vampire hunters. And we can finish here. You already like this game, guys, admit it. And Western vampire hunter game, for me, that's enough. Jokes to the side, supposedly, as far as we know for now, Rentier is the only hope for humanity against an emerging dark menace, and you'll be able to travel across the Old West towns and ruins and fight all kinds of monsters and creatures of the night. When it comes to gameplay, we don't know much. Considering we have only the reveal trailer and no gameplay and in-game scenes at all, we can only speculate what will game look like based on those cinematics from the trailer. So, the Focus Home Interactive, who is the publisher of this game by the way, describes Evil West as a visceral explosive combat, in which you, as a player, will be able to unleash hell with your firearms, lighting fuel gauntlets and gadgets. Based on this and on scenes from the trailer, it seems that we will have one hell of a game literally, and it seems that combat will be as brutal as it was represented in the trailer. Players will be able to enjoy smashing all kinds of enemies with melee weapons and powerful guns. Also, weapons and hunting tools can be upgraded, and new pairs can also be unlocked to evolve, as they say, a player's monster slaying mastery. I love action-adventure games, and if that game gives me some choice over a predetermined character, I find it really interesting. Also, I think that those perks will affect the weapons playstyle the most, but I guess we will see eventually. The developers mentioned that the game will contain a solo story-driven campaign and a co-op mode. The co-op mode is always welcome in games. People really love it, and I don't know why the developers don't use it more often. We still don't know will the Evil West have split screen or online co-op mode, but I'm glad it will have it at least. Evil West will release sometime in 2021, but no specific month or date has been announced. It will be available for PC, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Okay, if you don't want to play as an awesome looking gunslinger / cowboy vampire hunter, then the Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is the game for you. The sequel to the famous vampire game is almost here, and for all of you that don't know, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is an action RPG set in 21st century Seattle. It's a sequel to the same named game from 2004 and probably the game with the best vampire universe so far. I have no doubts that this game will be as good as its predecessor. So, what we know so far about the story, gameplay and other aspects of this game. At the beginning, your character is one of number of humans turned into vampires during a mass embrace, an incident in which rogue vampires publicly attacked humans, breaking the masquerade and causing discord between the city's vampire groups. The war between vampire factions in the city is worse every day, and you as a young Team Blood will have to choose a side and play an important role in the factional war to control blood trade. Alongside clans, Seattle is broken up by 5 vampire factions, each bound by their own ideologies. Led by the longest reigning vampire, Prince Lou Grant, the Pioneer faction represents some of the oldest vampires of the city. Their power has diminished as the other factions have grown. The Camarilla faction, led by Prince Alec Ross, has been in power for 2 decades. It represents the socially elite and wealthy vampires, wielding power in business through Seattle. The rarely seen Baron represents the criminal underworld, offering less than honest work to vampires, Team Bloods, ghouls and humans. The Tremere founded Newcomers faction, led by Victor Goga, is made up of blood mages, scholars and runaways, and the Unseen faction is exclusive to the Nosferatu, who use hackers, journalists, and outcasts to gather intel. Unlike the original Bloodlines that limited your character's physical appearance to the clan you choose, it seems like character creation in Bloodlines 2 is a little different. It seems you'll be able to choose the background story of your character before he was turned into a vampire, and that decision will affect on your gameplay. For example, if you say you were a cop or a coroner and you walk into a police station, the people in there are going to react to you differently compared to giving your character a different background. Little things like that will make Bloodlines 2 much more interesting and will experience different for everyone, which is a great thing when it comes to RPGs. When it comes to combat and abilities, it seems that in those aspects Bloodlines 2 will be a very pleasant surprise. Alongside your abilities, you'll be able to use melee and ranged weapons. There will be many clan-based powers to choose from, but since you start out as a Team Blood, you can choose only one at the beginning. Chiropterans, ability to briefly glide like a bat and swoop down on enemies, or summon a bat swarm to attack them. Mentalism, ability to pull objects with your mind and eventually learn to levitate enemies and NPCs in the air. Nebulation, ability to summon a mist shroud to hide yourself and the sound of your footsteps or envelop your enemies in a choking vortex. Later in game, you'll be able to unlock other powers by joining other clans in the game. Beside main storyline, you'll be able to engage in side missions too. The player possesses a mobile phone and can text non-player characters to obtain information leading to other missions. As a part of your unique gameplay style, you can choose how you want to deal with your enemies. So you can go from cold blood mass killer to avoiding through stealth or even seduce with sufficient abilities. The developers say that the Bloodlines 2 will be worthy successor to its predecessor, and as I heard, the game will have post-launch content, and with those, as they say, free DLC, they will add some new clans, but that remains to be seen. The release date is set for this year, and I really hope it will come out soon. So guys, what game will you choose? To be honest with you, I can't decide. I will probably play them both. I am a big fan of first Bloodlines game and I really want to play the sequel as soon as it comes out, but on the other side I want to go and hunt some monsters with the Wild West Van Helsing 2. The both games looks absolutely amazing, I really think they are worth playing according to what we know so far. I will definitely keep my eye on both games and I will inform you when some new information comes out. If you want me to go in depth on one of those games or both of them, let me know in the comment section down below. Again, a like on this video would be super appreciated so it can reach more people, and if you want to support growth to this channel and my work, you can check my Patreon and become one. If you like, of course. You can also find me on social networks, all the links are in the description. Don't forget to subscribe if you didn't already, and as always fam, until next time, see ya and stay cool.